Hello. Today is for Donald Trump. First of all, I want to congratulate him for winning the US presidential election. You see this man? I think there is something God wants to use him to do. I think there is something he didn't finish that God wants him to complete. For you to win the US presidential election twice is not a joke. This man is a big strategist. I didn't used to like his rhetoric and his kind of politics, because he was talking on a lot of people. But as time goes on, I began to like the guy. He's a big strategist. And for you to secure 312 electoral votes and won the most popular votes, he won everything. And look at the Republican governors. They won in most of the states. The Senate, Republican won. Do you know where the Democrats actually lost the whole race? Was when someone, tried to assassinate this guy twice. They tried to assassinate the guy twice. That was where they actually lost everything, because a lot of people gravitated towards this guy out of pity, and he already had half of the US. He already had them, and he knew, and they were core supporters. He knew he already had half of the US. So the guy is a very big strategist, and is someone that you can actually look up to. For you to escape death twice, I think God has a plan for this guy. He wants to use him for something. After all the problems he encountered, he scaled through and won in a landslide. So such person, you have to commend such person. You have to commend him. So I don't used to like his way of politics, but I think I'm beginning to like this guy. One, just because he was able to navigate those rough challenges and came back and won the election. For you to win the US presidential election twice, it's not a joke. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So I think I actually like the guy, and I congratulate him for winning in such fashion. You have to commend the guy. He really did good. Do you know that most of the top Republicans didn't support this guy? None of them supported him. None of those BB guys supported him, but he still won. Nobody supported him. So such person, you have to respect their courage and respect their tenacity. The guy is, I'm beginning to actually gravitate towards what the guy believes in. A lot of people that have voted for this guy, most of the people that voted him, they are blacks. Most of them are LGBT, and when you watch the video I'm going to put at the end of this video, you will see what I'm talking about. I think God has a plan for bringing him back, because to win the US presidential election twice, it's not a joke. It's a big deal. I was just wondering, I was thinking to myself, assuming this election was held in Nigeria, INEC would have turned off the server. When they saw that Trump was winning, they would have turned off the server. They'll tell you the server is no longer working. Then they will now start using pen to mutilate papers, and professors will come out and defend such fraudulent documents. Professors that are supposed to be in the university researching, they will come and be defending such fraudulent results. Look at what happened during Buhari. INEC, they ring the guy in, they rig Buhari in, what's his name, Tinubu in. INEC is the most wicked, dangerous and fraudulent government agencies in Nigeria. Very wicked organization. That Mahmood, or what they call him, very wicked, dangerous guy. I was thinking to myself, when is Nigeria going to get to this level? When is Africa? When will they get to this level? There's no transparency, no accountability. Everything is just upside down. Look at how election was conducted in America, in the US. Everything smooth, nobody was killed, nobody died because of election. In fact, people voted before the day of the election. The agency in charge of election in the US, they are independent. Even the president doesn't have anything to do with the election. He can't tell them what to do. They are independent agency. That is how it's supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be independent. But in Nigeria, in Africa, nothing is independent. Everything is being controlled by the dictators. Assuming this election was held in Africa, in Nigeria, they would have told Trump to go to court. And the fraudulent judiciary will argue and certify the fraud. Nigeria, very backward. Africa, I don't know when we're going to meet up with this guy. I don't think we are going to meet up with this guy. No. We're so backward, I'm telling you. The next election in Nigeria is even going to be worse than the last election. In fact, they're just going to select people, put them there. Your vote doesn't count. Highest, they give you some money. Look at the last Edo election. Look at Edo that I used to be proud of. Because people in Edo, they know what they want, and they know and they support whoever they want. Look at election. Oh, no. I think the first place to begin will be to reform INEC. That's the first place to begin, because I don't think we're ever going to have credible election in Africa, in Nigeria, no. Because the politicians are not ready. They're not ready to give up. They're not ready to surrender. We will not have such election in Nigeria, in Africa, no. INEC, the most wicked, dangerous, and fraudulent agency in Nigeria. They give it to the highest bidder. And another thing is that, apart from the INEC issue, the political parties are not even helping. The people they field for elections, they are people that nobody wants. Look at PDP. Look at who they were fielding in the last election. Look at APC. In fact, you can't even differentiate between the two parties, because the kind of people they will bring in, the people they put forward, they are all the same. You know, no, they are all the same. At some point, there might not be any point, wasting your time voting. Just let them put whoever they want to install there as their dictator. Like I said, I think God wants to use this guy to actualize some things he didn't finish, and because this is not ordinary, this is not like his own effort. If God didn't support his winning this election, he would have won, because everything was against this guy. Everything. The media, almost 90% of the media were against him. They were not supporting Trump. The only people that were the only media that was supporting Trump was Fox News, and Elon Musk was using his Twitter to support him as well. Those were the only, major media that supported him, but the rest didn't support him. So I think God wants to use the guy to change a lot of things, because the only people that can change things are these kind of radical people. If you belong to the clique, like the ruling class, you're not going to change anything, because there are people that control the country. For example, the US, there are oligarchs, people that control that country. They control the government. But in this case, like Trump, nobody controls this guy. He does whatever he wants to do. Watch the video. I'm going to put the video at the end of this video. You listen to what he's saying. And if he actually, said that, and if that video is actually real, and he plans to do whatever he said in that video, I think a lot of things are going to change. I'm telling you, a lot of things going to change a lot, because it is second term. He doesn't have anything to lose. It's not coming back again for you to vote for him. He's going to do whatever he wants to do. So anyway, congratulations to Trump and Nigeria. I think people should learn from this. Nigeria, INEC, and Africa, all the electoral bodies, people should learn from this. And the second thing we need to learn from this, you don't trust anybody. Look at the people that were flocking around Democrat, around Harris. Most of them didn't vote for her. No, they did not vote for her. So don't trust anybody. Do not trust anybody. Those are the two things Nigeria INEC should learn from this and conduct credible elections. And secondly, do not trust anybody. Nobody should be trusted.